Okay, competitors and fans, after a 6-game qualifying this morning, a 4-game qualifying this afternoon, we're down to the final 8 players of the 2020 Las Vegas Classic 35-foot challenge. This will be seeds 6, 7, and 8. Our number 6 seed from Phoenix, Arizona, Mr. Michael Hagen. He'll lead off the match. The 7th seed, Bobby Campanale, I'll get it right, Bobby Campanale from Riverside, California, will start on the right lane, and Ricky Schisler, our number 8 seed from Brighton, Colorado, will finish the match. One player from this match will advance. The players not advancing will finish 7th and 8th respectively. Good luck, gentlemen.
All right, here we go. I'm ready. Are you ready? Let's do this thing. All right, the old three-way dance. We've got the seeds 6, 7, and 8. Michael Haugen, Ricky Schisler, Bobby Campanale. And then David Haynes and Tony Sambuena will await the winner of this match. And then Paul Fleming and Joey Pants will await the winner of that match. And then for the title and $1,000, the champion of the 35-foot pattern here at the Las Vegas Classic, presented by 900 Global and Logo Infusion, Matt Zweig will bowl for the title. So good afternoon or evening, depending on where you are. I guess it's evening everywhere, right? It's 5:20 here in Vegas. So thanks everybody for watching today. And we've got a couple more days yet to go. It's not just today. Ricky Schisler, big double in the 10th of that last game of Cash Round to get to this spot. And how about that? Little bucket crumble to start things off. Bobby Campanale, you probably want to see scores. Here we go. Bobby Campanale led qualifying, struggled a bit that second round, the Cash Round, but hey, he's here now, as are all of us. So Ricky crumbles a bucket, Bobby trips a 2, and Haugen leaves a 7-10. Yes, who's not happy in that situation? Yeah, and that's what Haugen just reiterated right there. Yeah, bucket crumbler, roll a 2, I lose 7-10. Yeah, thanks a lot. Makes sense. That's bowling, ladies and gentlemen. We also have the sweeper going on behind us. A little extra added money. There you go, Bobby. Bobby's a good guy. Bowls a lot, and he does it fairly well. Looks like Ricky just got to round that one a little bit. One game, high score advances. Bobby with the lead early. All right, let's recap where we're at. We're in frame 7. This is the opening round of the step ladder. 3-person matches until our final. And Bobby Campanelli right now has the hammer. A little over 30-pin lead right now. And Bobby had a chance to put it away. And he's going to give a little bit of life to the other players. Strike here would be huge for Sisler, and no. Barring anything crazy, Bobby's going to advance. Well, and if you watched our show, or my show from Louisville this last weekend in Bradley, we saw some crazy stuff, so never say never. See how the math adds up here. Doesn't matter. See, I thought if he struck out, he maybe would force a mark, but no. Bobby will advance. You got David Haynes and Toby Sambueno, who will get a couple practice shots. And then we'll have Joey Pants and Paul Fleming waiting for the winner of that one, and Matt Zweig, tournament leader, will bowl for the title. That was anticlimactic. Happy advance. There we go. Next match coming up shortly.
All right, congratulations to our 8th place finisher, Ricky Schisler. 7th place, Michael Hagen, and Bobby Campanelli advances into the second match play game. That brings on our Las Vegas contingent of Toby Sambueno and David Haynes. They'll each get 6 shots on the pair. Then we'll set up the lineup and we'll go into our second match.
That's
up the warm-up session. As the highest seed, Toby Sambueno has chosen to start the match on the left lane. David Haynes will start the match on the right lane as the second bowler. Bobby Campanale, again, in the same position as before, will be the second bowler on lane 37. One player again advances from this round. The players not advancing finished fourth and fifth.
All right, Toby Sambueno from Las Vegas, Haynes from Las Vegas, and Bobby C. That is the preferred line to play on this 35-foot pattern. You need to get it out to that 4-5 board. It's, you know, down at kind of at those rangefinders. You can just about see them. They're a little light here, but right about there, and the ball is going to take off. So you want to be at the 4-5 board at about 40 feet. And I think everybody's pretty much throwing urethane, which would be interesting. Maybe in the final match, urethane won't be on play. And that's not a big deal. There's going to be gutters out there because you gotta get it outside. And Bobby's got more hook than the other two players, what he's been doing today. So makeable spare. We got Joey Pants and Paul Fleming waiting for the winner of this one, and then the youngster Matt Zweig out of Phoenix going to bowl for the title. Well, I thought that one started to hook a little early, but it laid off for David. David a Storm staffer. Toby on motive. Bobby's a free agent. I do believe he did bowl them both. I'm not sure how he finished. I didn't get here till yesterday morning. David not messing around. Sending a message, quick 4-bagger. Make it 5 now. Okay, 9 1/4. Still only 9. That's got a hook. Oh, did it? All right. Oh, get out of there, 10 pin. All right, Toby trying to get himself back in it. Nice spare. That 9 pin's always tough for that 3, 6, 9, 10 combo to get that back pin out. And that's going to keep Bobby in the match. A little shaker 5-7. I think it's 257 possible for Bobby, 260 or 259 for David. And 245 for Toby. So this one's far from over. Who wins a 10 frame is going to win this round and move on to take on Paul Fleming and Joey Pants, Joe Bluchek. And spare strike would be 235 for Haynes. And that's going to give Bobby a chance to get up in the 10th and win it. $236. I think he's got a double, right? And that's not going to double. Spare strike is a tie. I do believe we have the potential for a roll-off. Here we go. Bobby for the win. Uh-oh. Wow. He gave her room. Sent that to the dry boards. Not the greatest shot. He knows it.
Wow, that was a fun match to watch. Congratulations, guys. Again, congratulations to David Haynes advancing. And good bowling for Toby Sambueno.
So David Haynes advances to take on Paul Fleming and Joey Pants next year. Semifinal match at the Las Vegas Classic. We'll have it right here, live. Be ready for it. I will be.
That will bring up our number 2 and 3 seeds. Paul Fleming from Fort Worth, Texas. Joe Pelusic from Salem, Pennsylvania. They'll each get 6 shots on the pair. Okay, as the highest seed, Joe Palusic has opted to start the match on the left lane. Paul Fleming will be the second player starting on lane 38.
All right, Joey Pants going to start things off on lane 37, semi-final match. Paul Fleming, David Haynes, Joey Pants. Matt Zweig staying loose down on the high end of the house. Fixing the bowl for this title. Pretty nice shot from Paul Fleming. Haynes obviously was locked in early, but I'm telling you, there's been a lot of urethane going down the lane now. This is game 3-6. You know, there's already been 6 games post practice, 7-8 games on these lanes. Let's get some carry down. I really think the first person to jump to reactive, and is Fleming into reactive already? He was throwing a UFO scuffed up earlier, kind of on the fresh. I just don't know how long urethane's gonna stay in play. And at some point, flat 10s are going to be coming out, and they're going to come out in bunches. I think I gotta go Fleming in this one. He just stays a little bit firmer. I think he can create just enough additional area down lane. That's what I'm feeling. No, Robert, I picked the Niners, didn't you? Didn't we have the same one there? 3-6-9-10 again for David. He picked it up earlier. Hey. Ooh. Okay. Always great to see new people in the chat. Thanks for watching. Craig Elliott here, Bullstream TV on the call here in the Las Vegas Classic. Be sure to subscribe to the YouTube page. It's free. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a share. Put it out there on your social media. And, you know, if you're new to the stream today, it's my birthday. If you want to buy me a drink, I'll go get it later here at South Point. Right down there in the chat, just hit that $sign. I'm not begging, but I like free drinks. I'm out of coupons. They hand out coupons when you check in here. at South Point, but I used mine yesterday. Fleming with the early lead. Strike here for Haynes to keep it within 20. Thank you, Jonathan. David, no, can't get the 4 to fall sideways into the 7. How old is Joe? Mid-40s? Let's see. $39. Bensalem, Pennsylvania. Robert, we should have had a wager on this. Too late. And that's what I was talking about with the flat 10s. David got around that one nicely. Got it down lane on target. Just what he wanted to do, and it just laid off at the end, and that's your 10 pin. Still a lot of frames to go, though. That was an easy pick, Robert. Kim Ballaway had a great look all day on Sunday. There was really no doubt he was going to pull out the win. Paul Fleming, double turkey to start the semifinal match. Jason Duran just shot 300 in game 3 of the sweeper. Out on lanes 5 and 6. That pretty much locks the sweeper. There's another game to go, but he's up by a bunch. Good adjustment after that flat 10. Open up the angle a little bit, but that just brings that gutter into play too. And we saw Bobby catch it earlier. And, that 0-9 start for Bobby, ultimately, if he marks there, that he wins the game. 35-foot pattern. And you got to stay outside. John, I don't know if that's Laker purple. Fleming's a Texan. Those could be maybe even LSU colors. Not sure it'd be Lakers. I'll have to ask him. There's a quality shot right there. All right, Fleming needs a mark to lock it up. 249 possible for Haynes. And we have seen the mark is no guarantee. If I'm reading the score right. Okay, you can go 249. That's a mark. Fleming advances. He will take on Matt Zweig in the championship match here at South Point.
Another incredibly entertaining match. Great bowling, you guys. Congratulations to our third and fourth place finishers. Joe Paluzik finished in fourth. David Haynes with a nice 249 finishing in third. Paul Fleming advanced to the title match against Matt Zweig from Phoenix. Bull Grinch at 269 in the final game of the Cashers round to take the number 1 seed. Matt will get 6 shots on the pair, and then it'll be your choice. Where do you want to start?
All right, we're ready now. Championship match. We've got Joe Paluchek and Paul Fleming. Joe
Actually,
from
that's
Pennsylvania.
not correct. It's going to be Matt Zweig
I
and
knew that.
Paul Fleming.
Yeah, I know that. What I see, I get teased every time when I read what's in front of me. I got to quit reading. Reading's not good for you.
It's fundamental.
So you know, Matt. Is it Zweig or Zweig?
I believe it is Zweig.
Okay.
Everyone calls him Zweig, but I believe it is Zweig.
And it's he's one of those guys. He'll just never correct you.
Actually, I think he did. I think he did just correct Ron when Ron announced it before the practice shots. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe he did. But
well, if you recognize the voice, how about, you know what? I'm not even going to say who it is. We got people watching. Let's see who can guess who's sitting with me here in the booth. First one to guess wins a $20 bill from Jordan Nasberg.
good luck getting that.
So $1,000 on the line and the title here. First of 4 events at the Las Vegas Classic here at South Point.
Looks like it'll be urethane against urethane. 1 pitch black versus 1 booyah.
You know, and I was wondering how long urethane would be in play with as many games we've had here in the last hour and a half. We saw Haynes kind of, the flat 10 came into play. He had to create some more angle there, and that brings the gutter into play. But Paul Fleming, who didn't throw urethane earlier, had a really good look with it. Has stuck with us. So it's interesting. I'm surprised myself anyway that they're still in it. Maybe you're not.
No, actually, I'm not. Paul bowled 270 the first game in the morning and actually finished. He was 78 over the first game, and he actually finished 74 over. So his look got considerably worse as the day went on with reactive. And, he got in by virtue of being the first senior out of the catcher spot. And then in the 4-game sprint, I guess you want to call it, he used the pitch black quite a bit and, qualified third, and then, obviously just won that last match, shooting 260. So, 35 feet is still short enough. There's still plenty of hook. And these guys are good enough to, know how to close their angles down and got enough roll to get the 10 outs. So I think it's going to take at least 230 to win this.
So there's prediction, and of course Jordan messed up our contest. This is Michael Haugen joining me. Thank you, Michael. And you bowled against Paul Fleming quite a bit, I'm sure, and Matt from the Arizona area.
Yes, I do. I've bowled against them both, and Matt's pretty tough when he can play outside of 5. He's pretty firm to the front, but he gets a lot of grab on the bottom of the swing, right there at the release point. He hits it pretty well, and he's able to fire that urethane down there pretty good. And he's going to be tough to beat, but it comes down to 9th and 10th experience. Still has to go with Paul Fleming, so we'll see what happens. The other thing too is, Paul just bowled 260 on this pair, but what Matt did right there, he's real good at. He's like me when I was 20, firm and straight at the head pin.
And this is Matt's just really he just finished college. He's working now. I guess he's been out of school for a little over a year, right? Got himself a job and getting a chance to bowl a little bit more. Michael, do you remember the first time that you were in a situation like this where you're the young guy and you get the bowl? I mean, Paul Fleming is a pretty accomplished professional. He's been around for a long time, very successful. What kind of butterflies is Matt experiencing here?
I'm not taught. There I am. I don't think he's experiencing many butterflies right now. He's, he's won some tournaments back home, or he's been in contention around back home. He's bowled collegiately. He has bowled, he's bowled against myself. He's bowled against Andrew Kane. He's bowled against Brett Wolf. Bowled against Jacob. So he's bowled against some good players, and you get your feet a little bit wet and you taste it a little bit, and plus Jordan's really good at getting in your head and preparing you for this kind of thing. I don't believe that he's going to be experiencing any more nerves than say Paul is for winning as well, because you just get excited when you have a chance to win, and
sure.
I think they're both going to be feeling the same things, but I just think that Paul has more experience. So. to me, that's going to be the key. That right lane is got hang down the lane. If you get it in just a little bit, it's got a little bit of hang. And then if you get on top of it like he did there, it just does want to pick up early. And Paul being a little softer in the ball speed and a little more rolly, he's going to be more susceptible to that. Where Matt's just inside that gutter, and he's more like freezing it to the head pin. And I think that's going to benefit Matt on that lane. Making Paul finish on that lane was a good move as well.
And an early lad. I don't even know what that means. Early lead. How about that? It's been a long day.
It has been a long day.
Early lead for Matthew. And this is just day one.
That it is.
So this is the championship match on the 35-foot pattern here at the Las Vegas Classic. Our tournament director, Ron Moore, has been busy for a long time putting this stuff together and runs seamlessly. I want to thank all the sponsors, 900 Global, 3G Shoes, Logo Infusion, of course, South Point, Mike Maniak and the crew.
Absolutely.
I mean, is there a better venue to have bowling tournaments anywhere?
I mean, you would have to say this or maybe the Reno National Stadium. They're two of the premier events. And, you know, as bowlers, we're thankful for this place. You know, it's top notch. It's just a beautiful place to bowl in. And Maniac does, you know, so much for bowling, as well as you guys at 900 Global and, you know, the rest of the sponsors. You know, we're always appreciative of that. But yeah, I mean, this is definitely a cool place to bowl. And it's young, and I mean, if we're having this same conversation in 20 years, imagine all the history we'll be talking about in this building.
Oh, absolutely. And a lot of history here already in its short, the short time it's been around. Several Open championships, a U.S. Open, a 300 in the U.S. Open on live TV.
And a proposal.
And that was here?
I did it on, I believe it was 23 and 24.
You know what?
Or
I didn't
25 or
was
26.
Here.
It was one of those two pairs.
Yeah, so there's some memories here for you.
Yeah,
then.
there's some good memories here.
Well, there's some bowling trivia I did not know. I did not know the location. I'm gonna save that one. I'm gonna save that nugget. A little firm, maybe.
Well, like I said, the lane hooks when you get it on 1-2. He got that one about 3-4, and he got a little firm with it, and it didn't read. But, you know, no harm, no foul. I mean, 2-pin, easily makeable spare. And as long as Fleming doesn't double, he doesn't have to do anything. He can take that hit all day and run with it. The key right now is besides Paul on the right lane, is if Matt doesn't double and allows Paul to get back in this match. If he allows Paul to get back in this match, it's going to be very tough for Matt to hold him off. But if he can somehow, you know, strike here and then keep front running him and put the pressure on Paul, I think Paul will squeeze one more off. Judging by the looks of that sweeper over there, it's a good thing Jason Duran didn't sneak in, because he might have gone a long way.
Yeah, he just shot 770 the first three with a 300. What's on the bowling calendar for you this year, Michael?
Well, I got obviously I bowled this week, and then I have a few local tournaments back home that you know, I don't want to say the sponsor's name because I don't know if that's cool right now or not. But,
all right.
But you know, Theo back home, he runs the CBE bowling events, and he gives us Arizona and something to bowl. So I got a senior event and an open event coming up in that. And then back here to the South Point for the non-member doubles in the PBA region. And then after that, I think I get a week or two off, and then it's time to get ready for the World Series of Bowling. So I'm going to bowl the World Series of Bowling here, and then I'm going to bowl the USBC Masters, and then get myself ready for the PBA 50 Tour.
So you're in the World Series. You don't have to qualify, right?
I'm in proper.
You're in the main.
I'm in the main draw there. I don't have to bowl the TQR, and then or whatever they call that, PTQ, whatever. Now. And then the Masters I'm in, and you know, I'm going to give those two a shot, and then, you know, see what happens. If I bowl good in those two events, maybe I'll bowl a few more regular tour events. And if not, then I'll just continue to bowl the PBA 50 and the local stuff around town, and, you know, be okay with that. These kids are pretty good out there.
And it's been a great start to the season. 3 really good TV shows to kick off 2020.
Yeah, it's hard to argue with it. You know, guy shoots whatever he shot, 290, 289, something like that to win. And, you know, wearing the Kobe pants, that was kind of cool. Tommy wins the week he's elected to the Hall of Fame. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know, it's
300, 289, and 290, the 3 winning games in championship matches this year on dual patterns. You know, those guys are good, right?
Yeah, those guys are very good. They didn't get there by accident.
But yeah, Tommy winning the Hall of Fame week, that's just pretty special win.
Yeah.
Number 20, the week he goes in the Hall of Fame. First time his mom had ever been there for a championship match. That was surprising, but pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah. I think it was the first time his daughter had seen him win too, or something like that.
Oh, really?
I'm not 100% sure on that, but I believe so. So Fleming now has changed balls. She has gotten off the one pitch black, and I don't know what the other ball is he's throwing. If it's another shinier pitch black or a natural or whatever. He threw it on the right lane. He also threw it again on this left lane. The first one he went a little light, didn't quite get it there. This one he kind of steered it a little bit, hoping it was going to sit there, and it went through the face. So right now, advantage all Matt Zweig, sorry. And Paul is completely confused as to what he wants to do right now in this match. And that is the one thing with all the urethane going down the lane. They're constantly changing. I expect this one to be a striker or like a ring 10 type kind of shot. I don't think he's going to mess around here. Or he's going to get a scout.
Take it. That was with authority right there, Matt Zweig.
The one thing I knew it was going to be was firm. And he's not gonna err on the high side. He's not gonna get soft and let one go high. His miss is gonna be that half 10 or the 2-pin or something. He's gonna live and die by just firming it up there and hoping he can touch 1-2 and get it to tip. And Paul is actually grabbing another ball. Looks like he's going back to that strong reactive ball that he used to start the morning with. That's about what I figured right there.
Well, he knew that off his hand.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, it looks like Paul's going back to the UFO.
Yep, he's going to go big ball and try to get probably like right up 3, 4, 5 and keep it in the oil and let the back end take it. And I don't know if that's the answer or not, but he probably doesn't have much choice right now. And that one just labored the whole way. At this point, you got to just make a guess, stay with it, and hope that Matt gives you a hole somewhere. And it doesn't look like Matt's going to do that right now.
Question in the chat. This is, I guess, I don't know what the proper answer. Not really an amateur tournament or professional. It's an open event is a proper term. Open to anyone that wanted to come and bowl. I mean, if Jason Belmonte wanted to bowl, he was more than welcome, but he's at the TOC in Akron. But we do have some professionals here. You're listening to Michael Hoggan, of course, Paul Fleming on tour for quite a few years. There are some senior bonuses in this event, some extra incentive for the over 50 players, and I think there was seven or eight seniors.
I'm not sure how many we had this morning. It was a few. I mean, at least 6 or 7. I'm not 100% sure.
10.
There you go.
And high schoolers in Dio Bernard, finally turned 16 last month, or in December.
Now he went back to the urethane ball again. I don't believe that was the pitch black. I believe it was whatever the other one he was throwing was. He didn't steer it quite as bad as he did the last time, but the ball still picked up. And at this point in time, congratulations, Matt.
I think by that reaction, he felt he threw it where he wanted to.
I think so. He did, like I said, he didn't steer it as much as he steered it on the last time on that lane. And I think he thought he was going to get some shim and some hold, and he didn't. And it's going to do it. Matt's not going to give him that back. You're looking at 198 possible. Matt's already pacing 2-0. Yeah, it's not happening. I don't think Paul's going to throw the next 5, and I don't think that
No.
I don't think that Matt would give it to him anyway. So I think we can congratulate Matt here.
I can tell you my experience. I've done that too many times, so I'm not going out on that limb.
You know, I don't talk for a living, so if
I've gotten burnt way too many times in this match is over, and then the thing you never expect to happen happens.
Yeah, well.
But I agree with you.
I guess for Matt Zweig's part, we hope that's not a Heidi game here. That was awful close to making me look bad.
I actually did it on Sunday. We were at the Bradley in Louisville in the first and the best of 3 match. Kim Balaby needed 6. And, you know, he had the absolute berries all day, and everybody looked away. You know, Nate Bohr actually he lost the game. He's not paying attention, and Kim went 4 through the face and 2 and lost by 1.
There you go.
And nobody knew what happened. So.
I mean, you know, you do never say never, but the writing's pretty much on the wall here. But yeah, you do very rarely. You do never really say never. I mean, even Janela that one time, unfortunately, I hate to bring that up. You know, Pritz and Janela 5-0. I don't know if you remember that or not, but
No.
Don Janela and Jimmy Pritz were bowling in title match, and Janela had the match in hand, and he leaves the Greek church, and he just walks up and throws it, and he gets 0, and they go away. And I'm not sure if they announced Janela as the winner or not, but they came back and said that Pritz won the tournament or something like that. I did have to go back and look at it again. That may be a Joe Ciccone or Michael Lichstein or Patrick Allen question. They would probably know that. But
One of those guys that remember everything.
Yeah, but I think it was something similar to that. But it was weird. It's like you didn't expect it. No one really knew what. Or maybe it wasn't. I don't know. It could have been Ron Bale. I don't know. It was somebody. Jordan probably knows. He's probably laughing at me right now. That's pretty good. There you go, Jordan. That's your pretty good shot. Yeah, it just got interesting.
35-pin difference, but big split, and yeah.
Well, I mean, let's give him 2. It's 152. Now, if Fleming strikes out and he doesn't double, then he could pace for the loss now.
Well, he's going after it.
He did go after it.
This is a totally separate tournament than the Bradley. The Bradley was in Louisville, and that was finished on Sunday. I packed up, got here yesterday morning. We're here for the Las Vegas Classic. It's 3 different tournaments of qualifying, and then the championship on Friday. So very similar to the World Series, World Championship type format that you see on the PBA Tour. It's just a smaller version here at South Point.
The difference, too, is that each day Ron will run a different format. Whereas in the World Series of Bowling, it's the same format every day. Well, he has now switched to a different ball. And he tried to kind of emulate what Matt was doing there. He went right, firmed up, and kind of pointed at the pocket. It was a pretty good guess, actually. Would have been real interesting to see had he struck there, what would have happened. Well, any chance at all to win, he has to strike on this ball. Let's see what he grabs. He's going to grab that same ball he threw on the right lane. Looks like an all roads, but I'm not sure. It's definitely an all roads. That was a pretty good shot there.
Putting a little pressure on Matt.
Well, it's going to make him think about it a little bit.
Matt stays clean. He's 190.
Not necessarily.
Right.
Not necessarily.
151. So
if he goes strike spare, it's 190. But
yeah.
I mean, he could technically spare here and go like 8 spare 8 and be one.
Yeah. So 188 for Paul. Yep.
187 or something. So that's a big hit. Now that makes things a lot better because now this first shot doesn't matter so much for count. And then assuming that he spares, he would still only need 9 or 8 actually to shut him out. So like a spare and 8 shuts him out here. Best way to take care of that is 10 straight back right now.
He likes it. Oh.
Well, I mean, you make the spare, make the same exact shot, you win the tournament. Those nerves that I said wouldn't be there as much, they're there.
They just showed up.
Yeah, but they showed up in the 8th frame.
Amazon
actually
just delivered them a couple frames ago.
Yeah, they were on his doorstep in the 8th frame, and he heard the doorbell ringing, but he didn't go to the front door. All right. You only need 8 to win here. I wouldn't change a thing. I'd throw that same exact shot, even if you 7-10.
Yeah.
You still win.
Doesn't matter.
But he's picked up the pace. He's faster, and you can see his heart rate. He took a big deep breath there, but he's a lot faster than Celebrity was earlier in the match. So the nerves have definitely showed up.
For the win and $1,000 here. First tournament of the Las Vegas Classic.
That's good enough.
That'll do it. 190.
That is good enough.
Congratulations, Matt Zweig. Turned out to be a pretty good match. Paul Fleming did all they could to try to put pressure on him, and he put a little bit on him, but not enough. It's a good start of the week.
Paul had carried that 4-pin or whatever he did in the 8th there. That would have been very interesting because I do believe Paul would have stepped up here and thrown the next 2. Well, maybe he made a liar of me again.
Well, luckily, Michael, you get the bowl tomorrow. You don't have to come up here and get proven wrong too many more times. So,
well,
and hopefully you don't have time to come up here again as you'll be bowling.
Yeah, hopefully I'll be bowling that title match. So. But if not, I'll gladly sit up here with you again and we can talk about the title match again.
All right, I appreciate your time, your insight. Thank you. Good luck the rest of the week.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
We've got a check and trophy to hand out.
Yeah, thanks again for the sponsorship. We appreciate it.
Anytime. Michael Haugen, ladies and gentlemen. And Matt Zweig, our first winner here this week. Final shot for Paul Fleming. And Ron Moore will be down there with the check and trophy. 10 a.m. tomorrow, noon Eastern, we will have the medium pattern back live right here on Bowlstream TV. We'll keep it live for a couple photos here, and then we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Much appreciated.
Congratulations to Paul Fleming and Matt Zweig. Paul and Matt, come out here just for a minute. First, great bowling to both of you guys. Great job in the inaugural Las Vegas Classic. I was just curious if you could share with us 269 the previous game. What happened for that game that changed that wasn't quite the same for you?
Well, the front of the lane went, so it either hooked early and then it was already high, and then I moved left and then it never hooked. So I think I needed to switch to my all road at the end and just made the decision too late. Congratulations to Matt, he did a great job.
Thanks, Paul, and congratulations. Well, we've come full circle. You probably don't know, you were actually the first entry in the inaugural Las Vegas Classic. You were the first entry. And now you're the champion for the first challenge event in the inaugural Classic. So here's your championship trophy. and your check for $1,000. Congratulations, and tell us what worked for you today to get you to this point, to shoot 260 in the final round in the cashier's round, and then what you need to do here to win this event.
Yeah, so funny enough, I was in 6th in the cashier's round before the last game, and I saw Paul playing right. And I was like, okay, well, if he's right, and I was playing in, I was like, okay, I'm going to move right. And that led to like, leading and then getting here. And then this pair, I don't know, they got really tough. The gutter was tight and left hook, so you had to make pretty good shots. And fortunately, I kept enough frames clean and got through.
And a 900 global staff nonetheless, and representing sponsor 900 global.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Threw a booyah all day. Looked fantastic. You know, the best balls in the business.
Congratulations.